Let's talk about something that can completely transform a home, something that goes way beyond just convenience. We're talking about the art of automated shading and how you can literally use it to paint with light. I mean, just imagine it. Picture your shades gliding down in perfect, silent unison as that harsh afternoon sun starts to hit, protecting your artwork, your furniture. Or think about them rising with the dawn, gently waking you up with natural light. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's what a professionally designed and installed shading system can do. It's all about creating an atmosphere. It's about comfort and really just effortless elegance. All right, so let's break down how this all works. First, we're going to get into the whole philosophy of designing with light. Then we'll dive into the tech, the Sivoia QS ecosystem and its power hub. After that, we'll look at all the cool design choices for your windows. And finally, we'll cover the art of getting the installation just right. So the first thing you really have to get your head around is that automated shades are not just some accessory you tack on at the end. They're a core part of the architectural design. They're actively managing daylight to create a mood, to enhance comfort, save energy, protect your interiors, all while being practically invisible. So, how does all this magic actually happen? Well, it happens with something called the Sivoia QS ecosystem. This is Lutron's professional-grade low-voltage system. It's what gives architects and designers that super precise, reliable, and ultra-quiet control over any window treatment you can imagine. Let's look at what it's made of. Everything in the Sivoia QS system really boils down to these 4 pillars, and they all have to work in perfect harmony. You've got the power supply, we'll get to that in a sec. You have the drive, which is the super quiet motor. You've got the actual window treatment, the fabric and the hardware. And then finally, you have the control, which is how you tell it all what to do. Right at the heart of the whole system is the electronic drive unit, or EDU, and you should think of it as the brain, not just a motor. It's housed right inside the shade itself, and it operates at a sound level as low as 35 decibels. To put that in perspective, that is literally quieter than a whisper. This is the piece of tech that delivers that silent, smooth, and perfectly synchronized movement we were talking about. Now, powering this system is where the design gets really, really elegant. Instead of messing around with batteries that die or having ugly wires at every single window, Sivoia QS uses a centralized low-voltage power system. And the result is a completely clean, wire-free, minimalist look. And this is all made possible by the Sivoia QS Smart Panel. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like your home's main electrical panel, but this one is just for your shades and keypads. It takes the main power into one central hidden spot, like a utility closet, and then it distributes safe, low-voltage power and data out to every window. And the best part? No wires visible at the window, period. And this system is incredibly powerful. A single Sivoia QS system link, that's what connects all these different devices, can support up to 100 of them. That's every shade, every drapery motor, and every keypad. So whether you're just outfitting a single media room or an entire estate, the system can handle it, no problem. Okay, so now that we've kind of geeked out on the technology, let's get to the fun part, the design. The real power of the Sivoia QS ecosystem is that all this incredible technology can be paired with pretty much any style of window treatment you can dream up to match any architectural vision. So let's look at a few of the big ones. Roller shades, they give you that clean, minimalist look and can be engineered with these incredibly tiny, symmetrical light gaps. Drapery systems, they bring that soft, luxurious feel, and you can get them in classic styles like pinch pleat or the more modern ripple fold. And then you have horizontal sheer blinds, which are just brilliant for diffusing that harsh light while still letting you see your view. And of course, the fabric itself. This is a huge choice because it really dictates the function. Sheer fabrics are amazing for filtering out UV rays and cutting glare, all while keeping your connection to the outdoors. Privacy fabrics, well, they give you privacy. And blackout fabrics are exactly what they sound like, perfect for media rooms or bedrooms where you want total darkness. So you've chosen the technology, you've picked out the style. The final, and I mean critical piece of the puzzle is the installation. This is where the whole system gets physically integrated into your home. And it's where a great design can either become absolutely flawless or, well, not so much. So broadly speaking, you've got 2 main paths to go down. There's the exposed design, which is when the roller and the brackets are visible. This can be a functional choice, or it can be a deliberate design statement. The other path, and this is often the goal in high-end architecture, is the concealed design, where every piece of hardware is completely hidden from view.
Now, if you are going with an exposed installation, you're not just stuck with an open roller. A fascia is this really elegant cover that just snaps onto the brackets. It hides the shade mechanism and gives you a really clean, finished look. It's the perfect solution when you can't, build a pocket into the ceiling.
But for that ultimate, seamless look, you've got the pocket mount. For this, a custom pocket is actually built into the ceiling, and the entire shade assembly is installed up inside, completely out of sight. So when the shade is retracted, it vanishes. It's gone. And when it lowers, it looks like it's emerging magically right out of the ceiling. And here's the kicker, the detail that makes this all so breathtaking. Whether it's one shade or 10 shades across a giant wall of glass, they travel in perfect unison. This feature is called intelligent hembar alignment, and it keeps them positioned within 1/8 of an inch of each other. It's that tiny detail that creates that jaw-dropping architectural effect. Now, that level of precision, that doesn't happen by accident, and it is definitely not a DIY project. The manuals are very clear. To get this kind of flawless performance, you need deep expertise. This is where professional integration is absolutely essential. You need teams like Smarter Homes in Austin, for example, who specialize in making these complex systems perform perfectly as part of a larger Lutron homework setup, day in and day out.
So we've seen how the technology, the design, and the expert installation all have to come together to create something that's so much more than just a smart shade. It's a tool for architectural expression. It really is designing with light. So the only question left is, how would you use it to shape the light in your world?